Picture a popular coffee shop with just one door, always bustling with customers eager for their morning coffee fix. The line moves smoothly, and everyone gets their order in time. Now, imagine that suddenly, hundreds of people show up, not to buy coffee, but to stand in the doorway, blocking the entrance. Real customers can't get in, no matter how much they want their coffee. Inside, the shop grinds to a halt. The baristas are ready, the machines are working, but with the entrance jammed, business stops. It's not a problem with the coffee or the staff, it's the crowd outside causing chaos. This is a lot like a distributed denial of service or DDoS attack. It's a digital traffic jam that overwhelms a website or server, making it impossible for real users to get through. In this analogy, the door is the site's internet connection. Just like a real doorway, it can only handle so many people or data requests at once before it gets clogged. The crowd blocking the door is actually a flood of fake traffic, sent from thousands of different sources. These sources are infected computers, all working together as a botnet. An attacker, often hidden far away, controls this botnet. With a few commands, they can order thousands or even millions of devices to bombard the target website all at once, overwhelming it in seconds. The server tries desperately to respond to every request, but its resources are quickly drained. The system slows down, then stops, unable to keep up with the relentless flood of traffic. Unlike a simple DOS attack, which comes from just one place, DDoS attacks are global. The fake traffic comes from all over the world, making it extremely difficult to block or trace. Each stream of traffic looks normal on its own, blending in with real users. This makes it tough for security systems to tell attackers apart from genuine visitors. This is a serious problem because banks, hospitals, and businesses depend on their online services being available around the clock. Even a short outage can cause huge disruptions. A DDoS attack can take down a bank's website, shut an e-commerce site during a big sale, or even disrupt emergency communications when they're needed most. Our digital world is more fragile than it seems. DDoS attacks reveal just how vulnerable our online infrastructure can be, and how quickly things can go wrong. Understanding how these attacks work is the first step to building stronger defenses and keeping our digital lives running smoothly. The stakes are high, so let's dive deeper and see exactly how DDoS attacks unfold and what can be done to stop them. When you picture hacking, you might imagine a dark room, the glow of monitors reflecting off a hooded figure's face, fingers flying across a keyboard. It's a scene straight out of a movie, but there's a real tool behind the drama. That tool is often Kali Linux, a specialized operating system designed for digital forensics and penetration testing. It's the platform of choice for many cybersecurity professionals, and yes, hackers. But Kali Linux isn't evil by itself. Think of it as a Swiss Army knife for the digital world, packed with hundreds of powerful tools for probing, testing, and securing networks. It's a must-have for anyone serious about cybersecurity. Security analysts and IT teams use Kali Linux to hunt for weaknesses before criminals can exploit them. They simulate real-world attacks, patch vulnerabilities, and help organizations build stronger defenses. This process is called ethical hacking or penetration testing. It's all about using hacker techniques for good, to protect, not to harm. But here's the catch. The very same tools can be used for harm. Black hat hackers use Kali Linux to break into systems, steal data, and exploit vulnerabilities for personal gain. The difference is intent. Just like a hammer can build a house or smash a window, these tools can protect or destroy, depending on who wields them. For example, Kali Linux comes with ready-made tools for launching DDoS attacks, which can overwhelm websites and servers with massive floods of traffic. With just a few commands, an attacker can unleash a digital storm. No need to write their own software from scratch. The barrier to entry is lower than ever. That's why Kali Linux is at the heart of the cybersecurity battlefield, empowering both defenders and attackers in this ongoing digital arms race. The same toolkit that can protect your data can also be used to break in and steal it. It all comes down to who's behind the keyboard. That's why understanding these tools and how they work is so important for anyone who wants to stay safe in the digital world. Launching a DDoS attack takes planning. First, the attacker builds a botnet, an army of infected devices. These can be anything: computers, phones, routers, even smart fridges. Devices are infected with malware, often through phishing emails or by exploiting weak passwords. Once infected, these bots quietly wait for instructions. The attacker controls them through a command and control (CNC) server, which acts as the botnet's brain. All bots check in with the CNC server, ready to receive commands. The attacker can order them to attack a target at any moment. Next, the attacker chooses a DDoS tool, like Loic or hping3 on Kali Linux. They configure the attack target method duration. The CNC server relays these instructions to the botnet. The digital flood is ready to be unleashed. With everything set, the attacker launches the assault with a single command, unleashing the full power of their botnet. This moment is the culmination of careful planning and preparation, where months of stealthy infection and setup come together in a single, decisive action. The CNC server broadcasts the target's details to every bot, instantly mobilizing a global army of compromised devices. Each bot receives its instructions in seconds, ready to act in perfect unison. Instantly, thousands of infected devices begin flooding the target with data, generating a tidal wave of malicious traffic that surges toward the victim's network. A single bot's traffic is tiny, almost invisible on its own, but together they overwhelm the server, making it impossible for legitimate users to connect. This is a volumetric attack, meant to saturate the target's bandwidth so real users can't get through. The network becomes clogged, and services grind to a halt. Some attacks target the server's resources directly, like SYN floods that exhaust connection slots, or application layer attacks that drain CPU and memory, crippling the system from within. The attack can last minutes or days, depending on the attacker's goal. Sometimes it's a quick hit. Other times it's a prolonged siege designed to wear down defenses and cause maximum disruption. Meanwhile, the victim scrambles to respond, often in the dark about what's happening. Teams race to identify the source, block malicious traffic, and restore normal operations, all while under immense pressure. The attacker can monitor the chaos and adjust the attack as needed, tweaking tactics in real time to bypass defenses or intensify the pressure. When satisfied, they send a command to stop. The bots go silent, waiting for the next order. The network traffic drops as suddenly as it began, leaving confusion in its wake. The damage, however, is already done. Systems may be down, data lost, and trust shaken, reminders of how devastating a coordinated cyber attack can be. Why launch a DDoS attack? Motives vary. Some attackers want money, demanding ransom to stop the attack. Others are hacktivists, using DDoS as digital protest against companies or governments. Sometimes it's about competition or revenge, taking down a rival's site during a big sale, or sabotaging an opponent in online gaming. DDoS can also be a smokescreen, distracting security teams while a more serious breach happens in the background. The reasons range from greed to ideology to simple mischief, but the impact is always disruption. Companies aren't defenseless against DDoS attacks. First, they over-provision, buying more bandwidth and server power than they need to absorb small attacks. For bigger threats, they use specialized hardware and software to filter out malicious traffic in real time. Cloud-based DDoS protection services can absorb even massive attacks, scrubbing traffic before it reaches the company's servers. A solid incident response plan is crucial. Knowing who to call, how to reroute traffic, and how to communicate with customers. Regular drills and preparation help minimize downtime. The best defense combines strong infrastructure, advanced tools, and a clear plan. Staying ready is the only way to survive the modern DDoS threat. DDoS attacks have real consequences. In 2016, the Mirai botnet took down Dyn, a major DNS provider, using insecure IoT devices. The result? Major sites like Twitter, Netflix, and Reddit went offline for hours. The attack exposed how vulnerable the internet's infrastructure really is. In 2020, criminals targeted financial institutions with DDoS attacks, demanding ransom in Bitcoin. These attacks caused massive disruption and financial losses. DDoS isn't just a nuisance. It can silence news, disrupt hospitals, and cost millions. The digital world's fragility is on full display when these attacks hit. Launching a DDoS attack isn't a harmless prank. It's a serious crime. In the US, the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act makes it a felony to intentionally damage a protected computer. Penalties include prison and hefty fines. Law enforcement can trace attacks, even across borders. Anonymity is a myth. Downloading DDoS tools from shady sites can backfire, infecting your own computer. Associating with cyber criminals exposes you to even greater risks. Ethically, DDoS is digital vandalism, disrupting services, causing harm, and endangering lives. There's no justification for unauthorized attacks. The skills used for DDoS could build a career in cybersecurity instead. Choose to protect, not destroy. DDoS attacks target big companies, but everyone needs good security. Secure all your devices, computers, phones, routers, smart gadgets by changing default passwords. Keep software updated to patch vulnerabilities. Be wary of phishing emails and suspicious links. If in doubt, go directly to a website instead of clicking a link in a message. Stay informed about new threats and share knowledge with friends and family. Security is a shared responsibility. By protecting your own devices, you help make the internet safer for everyone. Vigilance and education are your best defense.